Before my bouldering sessions, I like to do a full body yoga warm-up, and I will explain what I'm doing so you can incorporate some of these things into your own routine or follow along. So I first like to start by dropping in, sitting still for a little bit, or maybe taking a few neck rolls just to see where my body is at that day, what specific areas might need some more focus. Lifting up the arms maybe a bit, big stretch to the one side, stretching the other side. Go in back and forth a bit, keeping the back straight, feeling this nice side body stretch. And then to start warming up the hips, I place my feet together and bend forward. While you do this, try to bend from your lower back or push from your lower back. And then I switch my nose to one knee just to get the sides and stretch out the arm in front of you. My left arm is active and reaching to get an even deeper stretch. No bending over like a little goblin, but actively reaching from your lower back. Stretch out through the side to go to the other side. Again, nose to knee. Trying to actively stretch towards that knee, but not overly pushing it. Reaching the arm in front of me, feeling a shoulder and side body stretch. Then take a few bounces and move into a forward fold. Widen my stance and invite some movement here. So here you can do whatever feels good to you. Bend your legs a little bit, swing from side to side. Keep the head and the shoulders relaxed. Just get the blood flowing a bit and stretch the back. And then I start moving into my flow, which I start with a downward facing dog, but move towards this slowly with movement, bending one leg then the other, maybe shifting forwards and backwards, just getting your body ready for this shape. I'm like stretching out one leg at a time, pushing with the hands, and fiddling with my sock. Making sure the shoulders are rotated outwards. And then coming into a plank, shifting my weight back and forth. Going all the way down and then to an upward facing dog. Rolling through the feet to a downward facing dog again. Lifting up the right leg. And I recommend doing this without socks. As you can see, I'm fiddling with my socks here. Okay, rotating one foot to warm up the feet as well. And then opening up the hip, bending the leg. Shifting forwards, knee to elbows. From side to side, warming up the abs. And then kicking the leg up a few times. Through to your nose, just to warm up the abs and the shoulders with this rotating motion as well as the glutes. Stepping forward into a lunge, and then reaching up to the sky, and with an active arm take a few rotations. So really engaging my arm muscles here while I try to get some more range of motion. because in bouldering we do a lot of rocking over feet, I warm up my legs for this motion. I rock over my foot, push my knee forward, and then stretch my leg back the other way as well. And then to get some of the other muscles in the leg, I stretch my front leg while trying to keep my torso forward, and then rolling through that heel, finding resistance, warming up the muscle. And then I rotate my right foot outwards to the edge of the mat and do that same rocking motion as we did before, but now with your right hip turned outwards. I'm rolling through my left foot as I do this, just to make it easier for myself. Then we go from plank down again to upward facing dog to downward facing dog. I repeat this a couple times following my breath. So breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, and then left foot up. And we do exactly what we did before, but on the other side. So rotating the left foot, bending the knee, opening up the hip. And coming through knee to left and right elbow, shifting a bit, warming up the abs. And then keeping it straight, kicking up the leg, squeezing as you come through. To a high lunge again. Opening up your torso, looking at your hand, reaching for the sky, and with an active arm, take a couple circles. And a couple circles the other way. Triangle pose, rocking over, trying to not make my toes hurt of my right foot. So that's why I do that, sort of rolling over the toes. You can test your balance here as well if you want. Maybe you can do it without hands. This will really warm up the leg muscles even more. And getting the back of the leg here. Finding that resistance. Trying to keep the lower back straight. Then we turn out the toes again to the edge of the mat. And continue that rocking motion. No worries if you cannot make it all the way to the ground, or you cannot straighten your leg all the way through. See what your body can do, and what shapes you make isn't that important. plank again, going down, rolling my shoulders back, making sure I have the right posture for upward facing dog. And then to relax, push myself onto my knees, hips back, prayer position, just relax here for a bit. Then I shuffle my hands to the right, left hand on top of the right one, to stretch my sides even more. And just breathe. Going to the other side. Just breathe. And then, because we shove our feet into these tiny shoes, I like stretching out my toes a bit before I go climbing. So I come up on my feet with my hips resting on my feet, tucking my toes under, making sure you have the little toe there as well. Just taking a more shoulder rolls, a couple more neck rolls. Maybe taking a twist if that feels good. I'm taking a few wide shoulder rolls. I don't know what to call this, but just swing your arms around. A little left to right. You can do whatever feels good. Then I lay down on my back, grab one knee, squeeze it towards me, and then lift it over to the opposite side. Look away to the opposite side and really relax into this posture, stretching the back. I like taking my time here. Also opening up the shoulder here. Trying to keep my right elbow bent in 90 degrees and maybe moving it around on the floor a bit. And then switching to the other side, so squeeze the knee into the chest. And then lay it across over your own body, looking the opposite direction, opening up the shoulder. Making any small movements that feel good. Then I don't really do this every day, but if I want to warm up my glutes a bit more, I go into bridge pose, lock my hands together behind my back for a nice stretch. And then the last warm up for the legs is squatting down on one side, pushing up, and then bending the knee on the other side while keeping the opposite leg straight. And again, trying to keep your lower back straight while doing this just protects your back. It's very important to pretty much always do that. Some final forward fold stretches. You can be silly, dance a little bit, whatever you want. And that is it. I usually do some light hangboarding to warm up my fingers as well. So I'll hang on some different sizes for 3 to 6 seconds. Maybe do some pull-ups. I hope this inspired you for your own warm-up, and see you next time.